Let's talk about Jurickson Profar. Braves are really upset. I was told by one of the Atlanta beat writers, Braves players are really pissed. Atlanta's got so many injury problems out of the gate, and not everybody who was hurt last year is back healthy this year yet. Acuna will be there before the end of the month. Strider will be there, they think, within 2 weeks. But now they lost one of the relievers that they DFA'd, Hector Neris. They got a lot of issues right now. But this Profar thing just shocked everybody. I guess, good headline, John. What do you believe? I have a tough time because I've dealt with Profar, talked to Profar multiple times. I thought good human being, fun guy, loves the game, career resurrected twice because of past relationship, AJ Preller. It's not been easy for him. Real high draft pick, kind of failed miserably. Looked like he was washing out in baseball. Kept coming back. Refined his stance at home plate last year. Had the 280 season with 24 bombs. And now this. He tests positive for a masking agent that has been used by other players, a.k.a. Manny Ramirez, to hide steroid usage. So immediately now, everybody reflects back on the 280-24 season and said, oh, maybe this guy was on some form of juice and was hidden because of the masking agent. However, Profar said he was tested 8 times in San Diego, never tested positive. And if that's the case, then you ask, okay, did he cheat? He says no. Then if that's the case, why would you take something without knowing what was in it? That's the rationale I have right now. He did not know, but shame on him. Baseball players have the best care program in sports. And everybody does supplements and everybody trains in the offseason, John. And here's this green bottle. It's been recommended you use it to off-season train or help you recover from injury. I'm calling the 888 toll-free number the union gives me to ask for clarification on medical situations. I'm calling that number. I'm not taking that green vitamin pill until I get clearance from the union and its doctors. Why would he take something without knowledge? Just because it's not listed on the label does not mean there's not something damaging in there. So that's a big issue there. He just, to me, he didn't pay attention. Did he do something? Did he buy something on the black market? You got to be freaking kidding me. But I'll tell you what, when you're in the Caribbean, whether it's Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, where he's from, anything is possible. But why would you take something without knowledge? Stupid on him. And now it really damages the Atlanta Braves. Because remember, they got rid of power hitter Jorge Soler so they could get him. They get him, and now they lose him for 80. He loses almost $7 million of his contract. Can't practice with the team. And even when he gets back, will he be welcome back if the Braves are buried in the standings? And by the way, he can't play in any postseason games by virtue of this whole in-game, in-season suspension. So, John, you tell me, what do you believe?
This is a hard one, because we all love Profar, and we just hate that he got involved in this. So, by the way, he's from Curacao, which is really close to Venezuela,
yes.
But, we just love the guy. Remember, he came back to Petco Park, led off for the Braves, got a standing ovation from the crowd, all good vibes, vibes above replacement, as Divine Gospel would say. So, I don't know. I mean, it makes you wonder what really happens beyond the clubhouse, because these guys get together, they compare notes, different training regimens, different things that they're doing to make themselves better. There are a lot of conspiracy theories about the linkage with Tatis and Tatis Sr., that sort of thing. I mean, we can let our mind go in a lot of different directions here, but I love what Mike Schultz said. They said, how do you feel about Profar? And he says, I feel the same way about him as I did an hour before the announcement. And he says, I love Pro. And so I like to see his guys just supporting him because he needs the support right now to get through this.
Okay, but you're talking to me about being a fan. I understand that. But if he were your leadoff hitter in San Diego and you paid him $15 million per season and this happened, now you got a black hole and no money and no Profar in your batting order, would you still be praising the world, or would you be asking the questions that I asked?
Well, I think it's easy for Mike Schilt to really back Profar when Profar isn't on the Padres anymore. So to your point, yeah, if you're a teammate and the Braves are going to be one of the top teams in the National League, if you're, Austin Riley or someone, yeah, you want that guy out there. I mean, you're a weaker team without him. So and then when's Acuna coming back?
They say within a month.
Okay. I mean,
they think Strider within 2 weeks, but these guys are in such a hole right now.
And they're missing their catcher too, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything's kind of going sideways, but you know what? This season is so freaking long. I mean, we just got started. When we get into July, August, we won't even probably remember this.
Are you a politician? We have an L-shaped table in the studio here in John's Castle. I just think in the last 2 minutes, John has run a lap around this table without answering my questions.
What's the question?
What do you believe? Do you believe he cheated,
No,
or do you believe it was stupid for him to take something?
Okay. I believe that the data is accurate. I believe that he took something and triggered the test result. But was he stupid and did something? I don't think it's that. I just think that, again, I think these guys are comparing notes. They're finding ways to kind of maybe cheat, maybe kind of play along the edge of the rule book, to find a way to get an advantage. Because look at what the end result is. Let's just pretend for a minute that he was on the juice last year. He got rewarded for it. He got $42 million. He was able to cash in. The incentive structure is such that these guys are going to be looking for an edge. And, so I tend to think that there's probably something going on here. I don't think it's an innocent mistake.
Okay. I find it hard to believe that he would do something like that based on my relationship and my interviews with him and how I've seen him last year during the star-studded season. I think he took something without checking with the union, which means stupidity.
Well, that is stupid. I mean, maybe he was treating ringworm.
Oh. Okay, you got an opinion, Profar. What do you believe? It took me a while to pull an opinion out of the guy from left field. Fans forum chat box is open. You want to talk Padres, Dodgers? How cool was this week? You want to talk about the black cloud, Profar, Braves, etc. Fans